Hi friends, welcome to my channel Study Made Easy with Parul. Today we will learn Geography Chapter 7 Lifelines of Indian Economy. Now, as we know, there are various means of transport and transportation plays a vital role in our life. Transportation is important for economy because it helps in transportation of raw materials to reach the factories as well as finished products to reach the markets. The pace of development of a country depends on the transportation facilities. There are various means of transport: land, water, and air. Land transportation can be done in roadways, railways, even pipelines for transportation of liquid material. Water, which can be inland or overseas, and air transportation can be inside the country, that is domestic and international. Let us start with road transportation. It is economical for transportation of few people over short distances. For agriculture, road transportation is the best method. And road transportation also provides door to door service. It is a feeder to other modes because railways would just make you to reach the stations. But to reach to your destination, you need road transportation. Road transportation is a merit for offering personal services, and perishable goods transportation becomes easier. There are various types of road transportation in the country. So it may be GQS, national highways, state highways, and even district roads. Golden Quadrilateral is a project which links four metropolitan cities, that is Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, and Mumbai, by 6 lanes. The North South corridor links Srinagar and Kanyakumari. East West links Assam, Silchar, and Porbandar in Gujarat. The distance between them is 7,300 kilometers, and the objective is to reduce the distance between the megacities of India. It is controlled and maintained by the National Highway Authority of India. The next is national highways. So that is maintained by the Central Public Works Department, and it links to extreme parts of the country. The historical Sher Shah Suri Marg is a very important example you need to remember in this. It is longest and it traverses over 2369 kilometers between Varanasi and Kanyakumari. There are state highways. So the road which links the state capital with other districts are called the state highways. They are maintained and constructed by the State Public Works Department, and it covers 4 lakh kilometers. District roads, they connect the district headquarters with other places of district, and they cover 6 lakh kilometer. They are maintained by Zilla Parishad. Now let's come to other rural roads which are mostly maintained by Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. The border roads, that is the BRO, Border Road Organization, they construct and maintain the roads. It was established in 1960 for north and northeastern border areas. These roads have improved accessibility for difficult terrain. Now let us go through the road density. The length of the road per 100 square kilometer of area or ratio of total road network to the country's area is called the road density. So the road distribution is not uniform. It varies 10 km in Jammu Kashmir to 375 km in Kerala with national average of 75 km. Now let us come to Indian Railways. So railways is also a very important mode of transportation for longer distances. The total length of railway network as per March 2002, it was 63,028 kilometers. It is divided into three: broad gauge, meter gauge, and narrow gauge. Additional lines were there and electrification of route was done. Now let's come to pipelines. Pipelines have become major means of transport for crude oil, petroleum products, and natural gas. From natural gas fields to refineries, fertilizer factories, and big thermal power generation plants. Major categories of pipeline transportation in India are Upper Assam oil fields to Kanpur via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad, Salaya to Jalandhar, Hazira in Gujarat to Jagdishpur, and Mumbai High with Pune Mumbai. These are the most important pipelines which are carried out in India. The next we come into waterways. So there are two types of waterways: inland water transport and ocean water transport. So the national waterways is formed by the Ganga River, which is Allahabad to Haldia, 1620 km. The Brahmaputra River, Sadia to Dhubri, 891 km. The West Coast Canal, Kolam to Kattapuram, 14 km. The Champakra Canal, Kerala, 13 km. And the Udangalam Canal, Kerala, 22 km. These are the major. There are major seaports that are five: Kandla Port, Mumbai Port, Nova Sheva, Murmugaon, Mangalore, and Kochi. The seaports at the east coast are Tuticorin, Chennai, Ennore, Vishakhapatnam, Paradeep, and Haldia. Now let's come to airways. Air travel is the fastest, most comfortable, but the most expensive means of transport. Civil Aviation Department controls and supervises the activities of airlines. Air services: Air India, Indian Airlines, Pawan Hans Helicopters, private airlines. There are international airports, which are only 14 in the country: Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Amritsar, Ahmedabad, Panaji, Kochi, Hyderabad, Guwahati, Bangalore, Thiruvananthapuram, Srinagar, and Pune. These are the 14 international airports which are managed by Airports Authority of India. Now, the last part of the chapter after the transportation is trade, which is also a lifeline of national economy. The exchange of goods among people, states, and countries is referred to as trade. So, it is between two countries, it's called as international trade. Foreign trade includes exports and imports. Export trade is a trade which a country supplies its surplus good to the other countries to earn valuable foreign exchange. Import trade is a trade in which the country obtains the goods and commodities from other countries' surplus. So, balance of the trade is the difference in which the values of exports and imports. Balancing of trade is extremely necessary for proper country's development. Now, major items which India exports is agricultural and allied product, ores, minerals, gems, jewelry, chemical products, and engineer goods. Whatever India imports is petroleum and petroleum products because India does not have any reserve of crude oil as well as petroleum. Pearls and precious stones, inorganic chemical, coke, machinery, fertilizers, etc. Thank you. Now, please like my channel and subscribe it for watching my more